Hello, friends. Good evening. So, I'm sure many of you are enjoying the FIFA World Cup final right now. I still thought of coming online because a promise is a promise. I promised that today I'll be coming live at 10 p.m., irrespective of what's happening. So, that's why I'm here live. If it is possible for you, please come live and let's have this session of today's together. If not possible, you're welcome to watch the recorded version of today's live talk. So, friends, once again, good evening and welcome to anyone who is watching live right now. So, let me give you my introduction. My name is Ritiman Chakrabarti. Who am I? I'm an author, a certified trainer, and also an ICF certified coach, coaching in areas of life, leadership, executive, and obviously career coaching. In the process of today's session, as always, I request to all of you, in case you have any comments, in case you have any points, in case you have any stories to share, please come forward and share with all of us. By sharing your story, you'll be doing good not only to yourself, but also to many other people who will be watching this session live or recorded. So, be a contributor to the entire process and share your thoughts and comments. So, no voice. Oh, is it? No voice. Let me check. If there is a voice issue. Let me check my audio. Yeah, my audio is showing correct. Can you confirm? Yeah. Okay, so they be saying loud and clear. Thank you, Dev, for confirming. No problem nahi. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, sure. So we will go ahead. Yes, the request once again, as I said, I mean, go forward and share your thoughts and comments. So as much as the World Cup is concerned, I think the result seems to be coming after the first half itself. But anyway, I don't want to take away the excitement of watching that football final, World Cup final. That's a pretty big thing, right? So people who are interested, please enjoy your match, and you can watch a recorded version. And who are ready to have this session live, please come and join us live. Well, friends, I mean, today's topic, we thought of picking up something on entrepreneurship. Why entrepreneurship? Because this is the talk of the town. There has been a huge increase in the number of entrepreneurs in India. And I'd like to share a few facts with all of you. Now, look at this particular fact. The entrepreneurial activity rate in India, it is said that it used to be 5.3% in 2020, and it has increased to 14.4% in India. So that means quite a lot of people are starting their own ventures. And that's a good thing for the Indian economy, isn't it so? People were previously considered that doing a business is a very risky affair, but no longer so. The data shows that Indian people are taking so much of interest in starting their own venture. They're ready to take that risk. So that's a very good thing that's happening in the Indian economy. Another interesting figure that I was checking, actually, it tells me that in 2016 we had 471 startups, and look at the number in 2022 as on 30th June. So whooping 72,993 startups in India. Wow. Isn't that a huge change, huge improvement? The Because of this particular number, if you look at the ranking that India has, India is considered to be the third biggest country in startup ecosystem, and also in terms of the number of unicorns, right? You know how a company becomes a unicorn, wherein the value of the organization becomes more than $1 billion, 1 billion USD. The company is considered to be unicorn. So India global ranking is third largest country with having more number of unicorns. So yes, these are all very very exciting data and very very encouraging data. तो दोस्तों, हिंदी में आते हैं, तो दोस्तों, यस, एक्साइटमेंट इसीलिए है क्योंकि मार्केट में अभी पीपल आर इंटरेस्टेड इन स्टार्टिंग देयर ओन बिजनेस. क्वेश्चन ये है, अरे हम लोग बिजनेस की बातें क्यों कर रहे हैं? इन दिस सेशन इज फॉर कैरियर ओरिएंटेड पीपल, पीपल हु वांट टू ग्रो इन द कैरियर. तो हम लोग बिजनेस के बारे में क्यों बात कर रहे हैं सर? यस, बिजनेस के बारे में हम लोग इसीलिए बात कर रहे हैं बिकॉज द टॉपिक वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट टुडे, वी ऑलवेज थॉट business is a different ball game, doing job is a different ball game altogether. जो लोग बिजनेस करते हैं वो लोग जॉब में इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है, जो लोग जॉब करते हैं दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन बिजनेस. Well, may not be so because last few years have actually taught us. When I was showing the data previously, the number of startups in India have increased to such a great extent from being that, what was the number, 471 in 2016. Now वहां से यहां तक की जर्नी, मेरे दोस्त, you can also understand it pretty clearly that if number of startups have increased from 471 to 72,993, I'm sure that there'll be so many people who are in job and then quit their job to start their own business. Isn't it so? I'm sure that in your friend circle, in your neighbor, etc., also, you will find a person जो जॉब में थे एंड देन जॉब से निकल के उन्होंने अपना खुद का स्टार्टअप शुरू किया. So that means there is a relationship. There is a relationship between these two species, entrepreneur and an employee. Yes, that's the interesting topic we are going to talk about today. So what we are going to discuss about, whether entrepreneurs are people from different planet and employees are people from different planet. Oh no, not at all. You know that already, right? Both these set of people are from the same planet. So what differentiates them? What that you and I, being professionals in job, can learn from entrepreneurs. So we are going to talk about three most critical skills that we can learn from entrepreneurs, and we can utilize it while being a professional, while at work, and thereby grow in our career. So that will be the topic of discussion for today's talk show. Now let's understand some basic differences between the two different mindsets. एक entrepreneur का mindset कैसा होता है और एक employee का mindset कैसा होता है. Let's understand the difference between the two. ये दोनों mindset के बीच अंतर है कुछ. Let's understand. सबसे पहला जो difference है between these two types of mindset is this. Employees seek direction. सर अब मुझे बताओ मुझे क्या करना है, आप बोलो मैं क्या करूं. Whereas if you talk about entrepreneurs, they create their own direction. वो अपना रास्ता खुद तय करते हैं. So let me see, there seems to be a comment. Yeah, so Subodh is saying awesome. Subodh, thank you for your comment. And thank you for liking that particular point which we are talking about as the first difference between employee mindset and an entrepreneur mindset. So Subodh, I know he is an entrepreneur, so he obviously have got this particular mindset in him. So that means being an employee, not all of them, being an employee, sometimes we look for direction from the organization, and it is needed. I'm not saying it is not needed. हमें ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से डायरेक्शन चाहिए, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का गोल क्या है वो तो जानना पड़ेगा ना काम करने के लिए. So quite obvious that we will look for direction from the organization, from the leadership team कि हमें क्या करना है बताइए. But while talking about entrepreneurs, because it's their own business, they decide the direction and the path which they would like to take. So that's one of the major differences between these two types of mindsets. Now, let's look at the second thing which differentiates these two sets of people. Employees try to avoid risk, while entrepreneurs, they live for the risk. Again, not generalizing these two statements. Employees normally, predominantly क्या होता है, एज ए एम्प्लॉय माइंडसेट हम लोग रिस्क लेना नहीं चाहते, बिकॉज हमें हमेशा ये डर रहता है कि अगर हम लोग ये रिस्क लेते हैं और फेल हो जाते हैं, जॉब शायद चली जाए. Isn't it so? Yes, डर तो लगा रहता है. So therefore it impacts our risk taking capability. Having said that, there are still people who are employees who are risk takers. Yes, but we are talking about the majority. Now, entrepreneurs, they have to take risk. Those 72,993 startups, इन्होंने अपना खुद का बिजनेस जब शुरू किया, obviously they have taken some sort of risk, right? Risk of unknown. It's not sure that whether they will be successful in their venture or not, but still they are into that activity. So that's why it is said that they live for risk. रिस्क लेना उनकी फितरत है, उनको लेना ही पड़ेगा रिस्क. That's why they're into business. The third thing which differentiates these two types of mindsets: employees will always follow the rules that are set for them, and entrepreneurs will be breaking the rules. What do you mean by breaking the rules? अरे ये लोग रूल क्यों नहीं मानते हैं? अरे रूल इसीलिए नहीं मानते हैं जनाब क्योंकि इनको नया कुछ क्रिएट करना है. They have to create something new, something different. So they are not happy with the ongoing rules, right? Yeah, so there is a comment Akhilesh is saying, because of a reporting manager wish. Yeah, sometimes it happens because possibly the person is not ready to take risk because he or she is worried about what the reporting manager will look at this particular attitude of taking risk. But again, these are not generalized cases, can be different for different people, different situations, different organizations, different circumstances, right? So yes, the third point that we were discussing is employees do follow rules and entrepreneurs break them. Now, whenever we are talking about these differences, don't bring it in mind that this is better or that is better. It's not like that. It's just to differentiate between these two particular roles that are played, one role by an employee, another role by an entrepreneur. And also, these are the two mindsets. So our discussion today is more on the mindset that we'll be talking about, the things that you and I can learn from an entrepreneurial mindset and can use it in our professional life. So the question that we would like to look is, can we learn something from the entrepreneurs? I'm sure that sometime in your life you might have got inspired by some business person. Isn't it so? Isn't it so? I'm sure that you possibly look up to some great businessmen, and then you think that, well, they are great personalities, they've got some great qualities. Possibly you also want to take some of their qualities and utilize it in your life, right? So that's how we always look up to people who are successful entrepreneurs, successful businessmen, because they've got so much of quality. They have created value for people, they've created value for this world. So yes, obviously we can learn many things from the entrepreneurs. Now today we will be talking about the three most critical skills that we can learn from entrepreneurs, and the skills which you can utilize in our career to grow in our job, in our work life, right? So let's jump into the first thing. What is the first thing that we can learn? Well, the first thing is क्रिएटिविटी. अरे क्रिएटिविटी क्या चीज है, सबको मालूम है, राइट? क्रिएटिव बंदा हम लोग बोलते हैं, लोग जो नया नया चीज सोचते हैं, नए नए चीजों को लेके आते हैं. It can be a thought, it can be an idea, it can be a new product in the market, all those kind of new things that somebody creates. We consider that इनका क्रिएटिविटी बहुत ज्यादा है, ये हमेशा नया नया कुछ सोचते हैं, नया नया कुछ क्रिएट करते रहते हैं. So this is called creativity. Yes, as an entrepreneur, अगर आपको नया कुछ बिजनेस बनाना है तो obviously you must have creativity. This particular skill is very important. Now question is, अच्छा creativity को पैदा कैसे करें? Creativity अगर मेरे में नहीं है तो कैसे creative बने? Is it possible to become creative if people consider, or I do consider, that I am not creative? Yeah, thank you Subodh for comments. So the question is, how do we become creative? The first thing that you can do to become creative, सबसे पहले शुरू कहां से करें, is you need to challenge आपका current situation, challenge the status quo. आप जिस भी सर्कमस्टेंस में जॉब कर रहे हो, मतलब जो भी आपका रोल है, जो भी आपका रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, वहां पे जो जो एक्टिविटी आपके रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी में आते हैं, एक बार ना चैलेंज कर लिया करो कि ऐसा ही होगा क्या? Can there be some other way of doing this job? Unless and until you put that particular challenge to your mind, your creative brain will not start functioning. To make your creative brain start functioning, the first thing that you need to do, you need to challenge the status quo. The other thing which is very important, जो आपके mindset के साथ related है, this mindset says that you need to believe that things can be done in a better way. And it comes from growth mindset. I'm sure you might have heard about this particular term in many different forums, training programs, in books, right? Growth mindset, हम लोग what exactly growth mindset we refer to? Growth mindset ऐसा mindset होता है जिसमें आप ये मान के चलते हो कि things can improve. जो स्किल आपके पास नहीं है वो स्किल आप सीख सकते हो, आप बेटर बन सकते हो उस स्किल में. That's the growth mindset. So regarding the things that you do at your work, the first thing that is important to make any change is to believe that ये काम करने का कुछ अच्छा तरीका भी हो सकता है. आप अगर बिलीव नहीं करते हो, बिलीव मी, नहीं होगा. बिकॉज क्रिएटिविटी शुरू कहां से होगा? जब आप सोचोगे कि ये काम करने का कुछ बेटर तरीका हो सकता है. सो दैट्स व्हाई दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, इज टू बिलीव. द थर्ड थिंग दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट in the path of being creative, yes, you need to be ready to fail, but fail first. You know, many a times हमें ना ये वाला चीज हमें रोक देता है कि ये करेंगे, गलती हो गया तो, फेल हो गए तो चलो नहीं करते हैं यार, मतलब किसी दूसरे को करने देते हैं, मैं नहीं करता हूं ये. So in the process we don't do that. Akhilesh is saying there can be so many ways to do a work, just we need to finalize the best one. Yes, Akhilesh, thank you for your comment. Very good point that you have mentioned there. So as we are saying, I mean, many times it happens that we are not ready to accept that we can fail, and in the process we don't use our creative mind. You need to be ready to fail. अच्छा, वैसा सक्सेस ही किया, राइट? जहां पे आप फेलर के रास्ते से ना जाके आपको सक्सेस मिला हो, बिलीव मी, वो सक्सेस ज्यादा टाइम तक रहता नहीं है. बिकॉज व्हेन यू गो थ्रू द पाथ ऑफ फेलियर, यू एक्चुअली हैव टेस्टेड मल्टीपल थिंग्स, and in the process you finally come up with a formula which works best, right? So that's why it's important to fail, but you should fail first. ऐसा कुछ मत सोचिए कि अच्छा ये ना आइडिया है, करूं ना करूं करते करते 1 साल गुजर गया. तो अगर फेलर फेलर होना है, फेल करना है, जल्दी से कीजिए, जल्दी से फेल होइए, एंड देन गो अहेड टू द नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन after learning from your failure. Yeah, that's why that is important. So friends, that's the first skill that you can learn from the entrepreneurs, which is being creative. एंड यू कैन अप्लाई इट इन योर जॉब। अगर आप ग्रो करना चाहते हो अपने काम में, अपने प्रोफेशन में, राइट, अगर आप क्रिएटिव नहीं बनोगे, अगर आप नए चीजें लेके नहीं आओगे, बिलीव मी, आपका वैल्यू इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विल नॉट इंप्रूव, विल नॉट इंक्रीज। इफ यू डोंट गिव अ बेटर वैल्यू टू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, हाउ विल यू ग्रो? सिंपली ग्रोथ के बारे में ड्रीम देख के नहीं होगा। ग्रोथ ग्रोथ तभी होगा व्हेन यू आर गिविंग अ बेटर वैल्यू टू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। बेटर वैल्यू टू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन देने के लिए आपको नए चीजें करने पड़ेंगे। इफ यू वांट टू डू न्यू थिंग्स, you have to bring the creative part of your brain, of your persona out, right? So that's the first skill that you should learn. Well, the second skill is again a very very clear skill. It is called effective communication. अच्छा, ये तो मुझे मालूम है, अच्छे से बात करना आना चाहिए, इंग्लिश बोलना आना चाहिए, that is creative communication. Yeah, so when we talk about communication, it is obviously beyond speech, but yes, speech is a very important aspect of it. So obviously you need to work on your speaking skill. Now when we talk about speaking skill, अच्छा, ये मतलब किस तरह का स्पीकिंग स्किल आपको सीखना चाहिए? In my opinion, what is important in speaking skill is to be able to speak with confidence. जब आप लोगों से बात करते हो, whether that confidence is visible, audible in your voice, in your face or not, or you are shaky, you are doubtful, then that will not help. Entrepreneur, what he or she does, जब ये लोग नए कुछ प्रोडक्ट लेके आते हैं मार्केट में, अपना नया स्टार्टअप शुरू करते हैं, द फर्स्ट थिंग, इनको अपने प्रोडक्ट के लिए ब्रांड बनाना पड़ता है, लोगों को बताना पड़ता है दैट दिस इज द प्रोडक्ट। जब लोगों को अपने प्रोडक्ट के बारे में वो लोग बताएंगे, एट दैट टाइम इफ दे आर शेकी, इफ दे आर नॉट कॉन्फिडेंट, डू यू थिंक दैट देयर बिजनेस विल ग्रो? डू यू थिंक दैट पीपल विल हैव ट्रस्ट ऑन देयर प्रोडक्ट? नो, राइट? They need confidence, and the same confidence you need when you are speaking, even though you are a professional, you are an employee, because your confidence will help you to grow in your career. So that's one thing that you need to work on as far as effective communication is concerned. Yeah, so Akhilesh is saying that's the confidence is very very important. Thank you for your comment. The second thing that comes in effective communication is your listening skill. अच्छा, सुनना भी जरूरी होता है क्या? हाँ, सुनना जरूरी होता है, बट सुनना किसको कहते हैं? What is listening? Listening is considered to be the ability of not to wait for your turn to speak, but giving yourself completely in the process of understanding, listening, hearing through your complete senses what the other person is saying. And then when it is your turn to speak, you can speak sense because you have understood what the other person wanted to deliver in terms of his or her message. Listening skill, therefore, is considered to be one of the topmost aspect of effective communication skill, और ये आपको डेवलप करना पड़ता है. Now for an entrepreneur, they should also have very good listening skill, right? Mostly they do have, because ये लोग अपने कस्टमर की प्रॉब्लम समझते हैं, सुनते हैं कस्टमर की बातें. कस्टमर जब बिजनेस के साथ बातें कर रहे हैं, राइट, कि आपके प्रोडक्ट में ये प्रॉब्लम है, in your product this is good, this is not good, they need to listen to that customer, then only they'll be able to provide a solution which will sell to the customer. Otherwise कुछ नहीं होगा, स्टार्टअप वहीं पे बंद हो जाएगा, है कि नहीं? Yeah, so Subodh is saying yes, yes Subodh, thanks for your comment. Follow the brainstorming process. Yes, thank you, thanks for your comment, Akhilesh. So that's about the listening skill, which is very important. And The third thing, which is again important for effective communication, is the capability of organizing your thoughts. अच्छा, आपने वो एक there was a uh, show that was happening called Shark Tank, right? Shark Tank में जाके, I mean, people who are having very good business ideas, they used to present their ideas, and then they're very investors. Those angel investors were there, and they used to shortlist कि कौन सा business में पैसा लगाए, which startup company they would like to invest their money, और किसको वो मौका मिलेगा कि अपना बिजनेस शुरू करने का through the angel investment. Now, in the process, imagine what kind of organizing that these people who are presenting their ideas should be doing in the background. They will have to organize their thoughts, what exactly they are going to talk about, what exactly they are going to present there. अपने बिजनेस के बारे में किस तरह से पेश करेंगे, so that जो इन्वेस्टर्स हैं, they are excited, they're interested, and they're ready to risk their money with that idea. So इसीलिए ये जरूरी है कि एज एन एम्प्लॉय ऑल्सो आपको अपने थॉट्स को ऑर्गेनाइज करने का, बिफोर यू गो हेड एंड प्रेजेंट योर आइडिया टू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. जल्दबाजी मत कीजिए, जल्दबाजी मत कीजिए. जल्दबाजी में बहुत गलतियां हो सकते हैं, और वो गलती आपको कैरियर को इंपैक्ट कर सकते हैं. सो टेक योर टाइम, ऑर्गेनाइज योर थॉट्स. Think about the pros and cons. Think about the kind of questions that people may ask you. Think about the answers to those probable questions that people might ask you. Once you are clear in your mind what you are going to talk about, then go ahead and present your idea. If you are not clear about the idea, then it may backfire you. So that's why you need to organize your thoughts before you start your communication. Yes, friends, so that is the second skill that you need to develop. And this is a skill that you can learn from studying various entrepreneurs. The third, again, very important skill. So because we are talking about three critical skills, there can be so many different skills that an entrepreneur has, which you can learn and apply. But we are talking about three most critical skills. What is the third critical skill that is there? This skill is called networking. हाँ, वो कंप्यूटर वाला नेटवर्किंग तो सबको चाहिए होता है, बट ये नेटवर्किंग थोड़ा सा अलग है. क्या नेटवर्किंग है ये? Now, ये नेटवर्किंग, you know that when we talk about networking, it is actually networking with people, right? And that's what entrepreneurs do very, very effectively. Starting from the time they are working on their idea till the time they have started generating profit from their business, they do networking with people who are important for their business venture. And you also need to do the same thing, which is networking, to stay ahead in your career. And how you can do that? Well, the first thing I'll suggest is your current employees and your former employees also. अच्छा, पिछले कंपनी में जहां पे आप काम करते थे, उस कंपनी के एम्प्लॉयज के साथ भी आपको नेटवर्किंग करना है. ये सुबोध, नेटवर्किंग इज more important. It's a very, very important aspect for entrepreneurs and at the same time for employees in an organization. So networking कीजिए आपके current employees के साथ and आपके former employees के साथ भी, former co-workers के साथ भी. ऐसा मत सोचिए कि चलो मतलब जब तक इस कंपनी में हूं मैं तब तक इन लोगों से रिलेशनशिप बना के रखते हैं. When I go to some other company, they are not needed. Or sometimes within the same organization also, we think that because I'm working in this particular department with this 2, 3, 4 people, इतना ही काफी है मेरे लिए, बाकी लोगों से बातें क्यों करने का, क्या जरूरत है, छोड़ो ना. नहीं, मत छोड़ो. Networking is important. Those are days. There can be days wherein this networking will come to your aid and help you. So invest time in creating networking. The second aspect of networking is try to create your personal brand. Don't call yourself as a sales manager, a marketing manager only. but try to create your personal brand. You can be called as a sales manager of XYZ company. Oh, well, that is your designation, that is not your brand. Tomorrow your role can be different, your designation can be different, or you can join another company. So you're sales manager in XYZ company, sales manager in ABC company, that will remain as your brand if you don't work on your personal brand. So it's very important, how do you define yourself? Are you a person who is uh, who is interested to showcase yourself as somebody who is creating value for an organization in the areas of bringing new customers to the organization, and you are an expert in bringing new customer for any business? So you can brand yourself as a generic value addition person, a person who adds value to an organization in various ways. So start working on your personal brand. It's not a one day job, it takes time. It takes time. You look back to your career for last 5, 10, 15 years. What are the things you have contributed? What are your strengths? What are your unique skills? And that will help you slowly creating your personal brand. And the third aspect that I will suggest you in the process of networking, try to connect with industry thought leaders. Thereby, you can expand your knowledge base to a great extent. And that will help you to stay ahead in the competition, because you'll be knowing a little better than the other person working in the similar role in your organization who has not done networking, but you have done networking with industry thought leaders and experts, subject matter experts. So that's the third and most important skill for people who are interested to grow in the career and they want to learn something from the entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs are very good in networking. So yes, friend, those are the three most critical skills that I wanted to share with you this evening. And I'm sure that I could able to add a little bit of value today to your already, if you're already doing a lot of activity to grow in your career, I'm sure these few tips will help you in that particular process. Now, well, wait, because if you're watching me till now, I'd like to give you one extra bonus tip as well. Well, what is that bonus tip? The bonus tip will be this, that be ready to accept critical feedback. I'll say be ready to accept critical feedback and be ready to work on them. Entrepreneurs do that activity. Entrepreneurs take a feedback from their customers, from their investors, from their vendors, and they took that seriously. They take that feedback seriously and work on that feedback, and that's how their business grows. There are entrepreneurs who are not interested in taking feedback, or even though they have taken feedback, they are not interested in work on that feedback. उनका बिजनेस ना रहता नहीं है. ऐसे एग्जाम्पल भी आपको बहुत मिल जाएंगे मार्केट में. So since we are talking about the skills of the successful entrepreneurs, yes, successful entrepreneurs do take the feedback and work on that feedback. So आप भी ये कीजिए, and ये अगर आप करेंगे, फीडबैक लेंगे, फीडबैक के ऊपर सीरियसली काम करेंगे. Now we are talking about critical feedback, right? Critical feedback कभी कभी अच्छा नहीं भी लग सकता है. So be ready for that and be ready to work on that feedback to develop your skills, whether it is soft, whether it is hard, which will obviously help you to grow in your career. So friends, my request is, in case you find these tips are useful, so go ahead and share with your friends as well. And if you think that this is going to help them, so that is one of the good things that you can do for your friends. Yeah, so Subodh is saying it is more important to ready with the feedback and accept them. Yes, Subodh, it is very important, whether you are a working professional, you have your own business, you are a freelancer, taking feedback constantly and working on them is very important. At the same time, you also need to know that what kind of feedback sometimes you need to just ignore. There are such type of feedbacks also will be coming on your way, which you need to just ignore. But then, as a sensible human being, I'm sure that you will know what kind of feedbacks you need to work upon. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Akhilesh, for your presence and for the beautiful, beautiful comments. Thank you so much. And friends, in case you want me to take up any other topic which is of your interest, you can put a comment there. In the subsequent sessions, I'd like to take those sessions which you are interested in. Till the time, take care and good night. We'll see you next week on Sunday. Bye bye.